Hi, so today's exercise, we're just going to, we just need a couple of things. So either some cans, or if you've got a pair of stockings or a band, you can either use them or not. So they're just a couple of things we might utilise today. So the first exercise, I'm just going to get you to lie down on your back, use a mat or a towel, and we're just going to rock our pelvis backwards and forwards. So no squeezing of any muscles, just gently rocking backwards and forwards. So we're starting to activate right along our spine, the central nervous system, right along our spine. And when you do this, you're going to notice as you imprint your spine, your chin's going to come down to your chest. And as you arch your back, your chin's going to want to go up towards the ceiling. So we're just going to exaggerate that. And you'll feel that little stretch right along your spine. So nice and gentle, no squeezing of any muscles, backwards and forwards, nice and gently. And then the next part of this exercise to really work through our spine, our lower back. So if you have back issues, this is really good for realigning your spine. So again, just imprint your spine. You're going to roll your knees to one side. So your hip will come off the mat. Tilt your pelvis back in the other direction, and then roll your knees back to centre. So your back should be arched. And print your spine. You shouldn't be able to fit your fingers through. Roll your knees to the other side, and the other hip will come off. Then tilt your pelvis back and rolling it back to centre. So again, your back is arched. Again, no squeezing of any muscles. It's just lower your knees and tilt your hips and roll your knees back to centre. So just backwards and forwards, nice and gently. You might feel a little bit of movement in your spine. That's quite natural. It's your spine realigning yourself. So if you do have lower back issues, this is really great just to realign your spine. And keep doing that chin movement. It's really important. Just activating through your spine. It's a really good warm-up exercise too. So you can do this a couple of times a day. It's really nice to just alleviate any problems you have with your back, or help alleviate. Just going to do one more each side. Well done. So you might want to watch that a couple of times through just to get the hang of it. But yeah, it's just imagine you've got headlights on your pelvis. You're just tilting them back towards your face and then back in the opposite direction. So you just imagine that movement, or you're rotating through your hips here. So what we're going to do next is alternating arm and leg extension. So you can either do this up on your knees and hands. If it's too much on your wrists, you can just turn them out sideways, so you just alleviate that. Or you can come down onto your tummy and do it that way. I'm going to stay up on my knees, but if you want to stay down on your tummy, that's quite fine. So just making sure your wrists are directly under your shoulders and your knees are directly in line with your hips. So you're nice and stable. And also in the front here. So you want your knees in line with your pelvis, where your leg bones join your hips, basically. So you're nice and stable out. And again, just tucking your pelvis under slightly so you get yourself in that nice neutral spine. Eye gaze between your hands. You're just going to extend out, and you want to lift your arms and legs up. Imagine you had a board strapped to your back, and you want to reach with your fingertips the board and your heel to the board. So we're just going to alternate through that. So So we're working into our back muscles here, cross section of our back. Eye gaze between your hands, so you don't want to hang your head down. And squeezing your glutes as you lift up. Try not to roll your hip up when you lift your leg up. You just want to keep your pelvis. Again, imagine you've got those headlights on the front of your pelvis and they're pointing directly to the floor. Just one more each side. And having a little rest. So if you want to increase that exercise, you can add in your bands and you would just do it on one side. So to do that, I'll just give you a quick demo. Is place the band under the same side knee, wrap the band or stocking around your hand, and you would just stay on the same side. But you don't want it too tight that you can't lift your hand up. You want to make it so at least you can lift it up to get it in line. So you can adjust the tension as you go. If you don't have that, or you've got a dumbbell that you want to use, or something like this, a bit of weight, then all you need to do is just use that weight. Again, controlling that movement throughout. And another variation on that is, and you can use a band or the weight with this, but I'm just going to go without. So again, extending out, opposite hand to opposite leg, and you're going to draw your elbow to your knee. So extend it out, draw it in. You're just going to stay on the same side and try and drop that shoulder down towards the floor, and extending out. So it's a little bit of a crunch, making sure your wrists are directly under your shoulders, your knees are directly under your hips for stability. You're working the cross section of your back muscles, make them nice and strong. Just a couple more. Well done. Let's take it to the other side. Extending out and in. If this is too much, just stick with the other one. Just extending out or coming down onto your tummy to do it on the floor. Reaching out, nice and strong. Eye gaze between your fingers, so you're taking that pelvis under. One more. Well done. We're just going to take a little stretch, so just taking your knees out wide, sinking your hips back, and just going to slide your arms forward, face towards the mat. So you feel your hips pulling, the weight on your hips along your spine. A little bit of a stretch through your shoulders here. Just breathing down into your belly. Thank you for joining me.